Hello, welcome to BioGrades TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. Biography of Luís Severino de Almeida Cabral. Luís Severino de Almeida Cabral was one of the 6 founders of the African Party for the Independence of Guinea and Cape Verde, PAIGC. He rose to leadership in 1973 after the assassination of his half-brother, Amílcar Cabral. Luís Cabral was born in Bissau, Portuguese Guinea, on the 11th of April 1931 to mixed-race parents from Cape Verde. He had his primary education in one of the prestigious schools in Cape Verde at the time and studied accountancy after his secondary education. He also studied in Bissau and afterwards joined Companhia União Fabril, Portuguese business. In the early 1960s, when the African Party for the Independence of Guinea and Cape Verde, PAIGC, launched an anti-colonial guerrilla war against the Portuguese authorities, Cabral organized a dock strike that was unfortunately stifled by the Portuguese authorities and led to the loss of over 50 lives. In 1973, Luís Cabral's half-brother, Amílcar Cabral, a Pan-African intellectual and founder of the PAIGC, was assassinated in Conakry, Guinea. This led to contention for leadership in the PAIGC, alongside the fight for independence in the country. The Guinea-Bissau branch of the party preferred Luís Cabral as its leader, and this marked his rise to leadership. After the Carnation Revolution in April 1974 in Lisbon, the new left-wing revolutionary government of Portugal granted independence to Portuguese Guinea. Meanwhile, the PAIGC had unilaterally proclaimed the country's independence a year before then in the village of Medina do Boi. Luís Cabral then became the president of Guinea-Bissau just after the globally recognized independence. After Cabral's rise to the presidency, he began a program of national reconstruction and development with the support of the USSR, China, and some Nordic countries. While he served as president, his authoritarian regime maintained a single-party state. A number of citizens lamented that his government was largely repressive, and there were severe periods of food shortage. Although he denied it, Cabral was consistently accused of being responsible for the execution of a large number of black Guinea-Bissauan soldiers who fought alongside the Portuguese army against the PAIGC guerrillas during the Portuguese colonial war. Despite the seeming development in the country much later, there were growing cases of disunity and instability in PAIGC, which had begun since Amílcar Cabral's death. Some sections of the party accused Luís Cabral and some members of Cape Verdean origins of dominating the party. This accusation, stemming from gross dissatisfaction, eventually led Cabral's Prime Minister and former Armed Forces Commander, João Bernardo Vieira, overthrowing him on the 14th of November 1980 in a military coup. Cabral was detained for 13 months after the coup, after which he was sent into exile, first to Cuba, then to Portugal in 1984. Francisco Fadul, shortly after his appointment as Prime Minister, called for Cabral's return from exile in December 1998. Cabral responded through Horas, a Portuguese newspaper, that he was willing to return but not when Vieira was president. This was after Vieira had announced that he could not guarantee Cabral's safety. On the 22nd of October 1999, after coup leader Ansoumana Mane ousted Vieira, Mane invited Cabral to return, giving him a passport that identified him as the president of the Guinea-Bissau Council of States. Cabral returned to Bissau in November 1999 and announced he was no longer interested in politics. After battling an illness for a while, Cabral died on the 30th of May 2009 in Torres Vedras, Portugal. Upon mourning him, the National Assembly of Guinea-Bissau published, It is with shock and sadness that the government and people of Guinea-Bissau have learned of the loss of one of their most illustrious sons, Luís Cabral. The National Assembly then declared national mourning that lasted 3 days. What have we missed out of this biography of Luís Cabral? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel.